You're now live. Ladies and gentlemen out there, I got the pleasure and the honor to talk to somebody tonight. I've been knowing Phil, Mr. Phil Lowe, a.k. 19 product in the city of Fresno since he was a little kid. Him and my son, JR, are so fresh, he fresh, De Niro from straight to the bag, streetwear. It was little kids, they would be in and out of Best Market, playing the Pac-Man game. Oh, my God. What a
Way
long,
back.
long story. But before we get going, we got Phil on here tonight, and he's gonna tell his truth about certain things in his life, and he says he want to call it change the narrative. But before we go, the lawyers told me that I got to do this every time that we do a podcast. If anybody out there, you on the Doug Best Show. If anybody out there, I need you to please chime in, make comments, and say something, keep the dialogue going. But I just want to tell everybody, when we have a guest on, it's always an honor and a privilege to have a guest on the Doug Best Show.
Yes, sir.
But whatever the guest is talking about, it don't necessarily reflect the Doug Best Show. This is Phil's truth. If we had Kamala Harris on here, it would be her truth, and her political sways or whatever she talk about don't necessarily agree with what we might agree or think or advocate here on the Doug Best Show. The first thing on the Doug Best Show, we love God, and this is the People's Show. So, Big Phil, without further ado, Mr. Philip Lowe, tell us what you want to talk about tonight.
Well, look, my name
Bring
is
the microphone a little closer to you. Just relax, man. If you feel like you need to have a drink, have your drink. Just the Doug Best Show. You can have
Right,
whatever you
right.
want here.
So
We're
my
going to
name
keep
is
it classy and respectful.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
So my name is Product 19. You know what I'm saying? I'm a host, rapper, promoter, videographer, photographer. I do a little bit of everything in Fresno. I want to change the narrative on the way we think about each other and the way we move about each other.
Beautiful.
We all have our life struggles. Life is going to life, and that's what we got to go through. But it's how we get through it is really the biggest thing that we got to focus on, and how we treat each other. Um, you know, I've been to jail. I did my time, came home, and when I got home, I told myself that I was going to change and make things better.
Just feel just one thing. So, like when you talking, just look at me. So the microphone is here. So, when you talk this way, it's not getting it. So, you could adjust that. But, go ahead and tell your story, man.
Okay, so-
Excuse me. Just pull the microphone out. Just adjust it.
Okay.
You're beautiful. You on the Doug Best Show. If somebody out there, just
first let me
chime
say
in.
thank you to Doug Best. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
my God,
Doug
man,
Best,
the pleasure's all mine.
he this is the first podcast I have done.
Oh,
So
it's
I
beautiful, man.
appreciate you know what I'm saying, having me on your show. Not only was it an honor to be on here, like he said, Doug kind of raised me when I was a kid. He took me to karate class with his
Oh
son.
my God, he went way back. Larry Camere, shout out to Larry Camere, the sensei.
Yeah, he took me to karate class with his son. We used to go to his store, go play the Pac-Man. He'd give us all the free credits, give us ice creams. We was raised in a place where you had to be family, and I think we kind of got rid of that. We got rid of being a village. We got rid of, supporting each other and being there for each other as a community. We come from an underprivileged place, so it was hard to be somebody like Doug is right now. Doug didn't he didn't change the narrative. He's put his life in a better place, and then made some changes where he can help a lot of people, and this is what this is about.
That's what the Doug Best Show is for the people.
It's about helping each other. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
We came from places where a lot of people won't make it, and when you go to jail, you're not guaranteed to come home.
Yeah, you went to jail, so the thing is, what's the Doug Best Show about? It's about there's always life after yesterday.
Yes.
And then the most important thing is hope. When everybody says just give up, hope says do it one more time. So Phil, I got to ask you the question so the people go, so I'm going to try to be real delicate in this area, because I know with the Me Too movement, with the Diddy, with the sexual trafficking and all that kind of stuff right there, it's the people going to want to know. And I want somebody out there, if we got some women out there, some other people that's in lived this life that product lived, that he's not doing no more. I want you to chime in and say something about it. I guess a few days ago we had a lady that she lived the life prostitution.
Yes, sir.
Lakeisha White. And, I hope I did a good service. She's straight and she's trying to walk the straight and narrow. So P, so what did you do, man?
Look, I was a pimp. I came from being, from the
This
streets.
what you look like that. So,
I,
when
I,
you look and you see it right here.
yeah.
So, okay, so you want the microphone closer, just tell the people. And then
So
if somebody's out there, if they like pimps, they hate prostitutes, just talk about it. We're going to do it with some class.
Right,
This is a
right.
classy show. This for the families.
I'm not here to, glorify, what I'm saying, or make it like it's the best thing in the world or nothing like that. You feel me? I come from the lifestyle. I was cut from that cloth. I beat the streets up when it came to it. You feel me? It spanked me, and I can't change the way it goes down, but I know that when I came home, I had a different narrative of what I wanted to do with myself. So I did go to jail. I did get caught. I did come home. You know what I'm
Jail
saying?
or you went to prison?
I went to
Jail.
prison. I went to prison.
And how much time did you do in prison?
I did 5 years.
5 years.
I did 5 years. I got halftime. I didn't, never got a write up and nothing like that. I did, go through a lot of, riots. I was locked up with your son too.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So we watched the plane crash into the prison. We went through earthquakes. We went through a lot. You know what I'm saying? And prison ain't never gonna be a good place for anybody, nobody. Women, man. We gotta change the way we think about pimping, hoeing, hustling, moving, whatever way we do it, we got to change that, and it's not saying that you're not a good person if you
You on the
participate.
Doug Best show. Chime in, if somebody's
If you
listening.
participated in that life, I'm not saying you're a bad person, but you have the chance to change it, and Doug changed his ways. I changed my ways.
You saying me or you talking about JR, my son?
Both of y'all.
I ain't never been no pimp.
No, not no pimp. I'm talking about just part of the
I was
streets.
the big head mama for all my life,
Yeah.
and now I got this senorita. But go ahead.
No, it's I'm just talking about when you come from the streets, we have a hustling mentality.
Mm-hmm.
And when it come to money and you from the streets, you try to make a move and you want to be in the best interest of trying to make your pockets right.
Right.
And it's not always the best ways, And so what happened is I went to jail, and when I went to jail for some shit that I felt like
jail or prison. So
prison.
Jail is a county jail.
Yeah.
You do up to a year. Prison.
Yeah, well, I went to jail and I went to prison. So
okay, so
I didn't want to come home with the same mind state and say that I was just gonna keep doing the same thing, but I knew that my hustle was strong if I believed in me. And
so for the people out there, some people's gonna be street people, that products of the street like me and product and my son.
Yes, sir.
So fresh to narrow from straight to the bag, go to get the bag, a clothing line. But with hustle, another word for hustle is an entrepreneur.
Yes, sir.
Entrepreneur, you're a businessman.
So that's what I was trying to say, as far as that we're all businessmen, but we have to change our narrative of what our business mind state was.
Mm-hmm.
And when I came home, I told myself that I was going to believe in me, believe in my abilities, believe in what God gave me as gifts to make sure that I changed what I was doing.
That's good.
I can't change everybody else unless I show them changing me.
Right.
So what I did is I was working a job. I was working a place called CCS. It's a commercial cleaning service.
That's good.
And so I'm doing this. I'm on parole. I was building fences with my boy Ken Dog. Shout out to Big Ken Dog. He gave me a job building fences,
Okay.
and it was in the middle of the summer. It was hard work, but he kept me out of trouble.
That's good. I had a handyman service.
So from there, I got the job at CCS, and I'm working, and I just felt like it wasn't for me. I felt like it was, I come from the hustler mentality. I come from being my own employee.
I got the camera straight on you now, baby.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So I came from there. So what I said, you know what? I told my boss, I do a lot of work here, and I was looking for a raise. I wanted a raise in a job, and that raise just wasn't coming, and it wasn't coming fast enough.
Mm-hmm.
So what I did is,
was you tempted to go back to pimping?
I was so tempted. You make money fast, and if you know what you're doing, you're gonna make good money. But good money ain't always the best money.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So what I did is I said, I'm gonna believe in me. I'm gonna believe in the abilities that God gave me, and I took those abilities and I said, I'm gonna do music. I'm gonna do what God gave me. I didn't know really how I was gonna do it. I I didn't know what I was gonna do really. I knew I wanted to do music. I knew I wanted to be in the entertainment business, but I didn't know how I was gonna physically do it. So I walked out on the job. I literally walked out, told him I was gone. I'm out.
Because you believed in yourself. You guys, you're on the Doug Best Show, and we went 1-9 product,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Mr. Phil Lowe, and he's telling his story. Yeah, Phil, so I'm with you right there. So we just going to make sure that you know that we telling your story. We telling your truth.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you went to prison for pimping.
Yes, sir.
You went to prison for pimping, and then while you were inside prison, you studied and you strengthened your mind. You got 10 years and you did 5 years, and you came home, and you've been home 4 or 5 years.
I've been home 4 years, going on 5 years.
And then you're off parole.
Off parole.
That's beautiful, baby. That's beautiful.
I
Do you have kids, Phil?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Oh
sir.
my God, I hope you ain't got. You got girls?
I got girls.
Oh my God,
Yeah,
that's
so-
another reason why you got to walk away from that pimping, man.
So that was actually one of the biggest reasons. My daughter Aaliyah,
How old is she?
she's 22 now.
Okay.
21, she'll be 22. But she was when I was in prison, I called home. And when I called home, she was in the bathroom at my baby mom's house crying
Cause she missed her dad.
because she missed her dad.
Yeah,
And
cause
she-
the girls need dads, otherwise they
and
and the moms.
it broke my heart. It broke my heart to a point to where I just couldn't see myself doing it no more.
Yeah.
I couldn't see myself participating. Like I said, I come from the life. Cadillacs, big chains, everything flashy, everything really on it. I used to pop it when I talked. You know what I'm saying? Hey man, you say man, you know what I'm saying? Look, I was
Oh,
that.
yeah?
You know what I'm saying? So that's what I did. But if you know me, you know me. You feel me? I pull up in the candy red Cadillac on 22s before a lot of them had the TVs and the inside PlayStation, everything. I thought I was him. You know what I'm saying? I am him, but I
Who
thought
is
in
him
that
though?
life,
So what?
him.
What?
When you say
Oh,
him,
you
that
that
mean
guy?
that guy.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? that one. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? I was Neo. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So you know what I'm saying? I felt like, you know what I'm saying, it was always me when I pulled
You
up.
on the
man.
Doug Best Show, baby. We
Hey.
need somebody to tune in and tell us something.
It was nobody.
He said, you remember I was telling you earlier, the one guy right here says, Eric says, that your voice sounds low because you got to get real
Okay,
close to the
Okay,
microphone.
can y'all hear me now?
Eric, out there, can you hear him right now?
Shout out to my boy Eric. So yeah, I always felt like I was him. I always felt like I was, if you in that life, you got to know who you are. You know what I'm saying? You got to know you can knock anything, do anything that
Yeah,
you
so
want to
product, do you miss the pimping, man?
I can't say I miss it, but I can't say that I miss it because I miss what I used to get from it, the money. But money ain't everything. I value the people around me a lot more because I lost a lot of people when I was in prison.
Okay.
I lost my auntie, I lost my cousin, I lost time with my children, most of all.
And you
feel
can't
me?
get that back,
And
man.
you can't get that back.
Yes.
So I don't miss that. It's times where you broke and you struggling and you miss the money.
Yeah, so product, so I went through the criminal justice system and I was guilty.
Yeah.
So you went through the criminal justice system. Do you accept responsibilities of your guilt?
I have to. There's no way to change.
Do you think the system did you wrong? Because you know how oftentimes when we got, this just a premise. Oftentimes, this ain't for all black people, but oftentimes we go to the criminal justice system. We say, man, them white people in the system.
Look, I got spanked for the stuff I did,
Okay.
and I got spanked for the stuff I didn't get caught for.
Okay.
So it
balances itself out.
That's called life.
Mm-hmm.
If you think karma ain't real,
Okay.
karma will come back around. You feel me? And it's not that I was out here to take advantage of any female or out here to sit there and really go bad on nobody. It was just more so when you participate in a life, life gonna life on you.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
So I'm trying to say this so I could say it correctly. With the Me Too movement, and with the Diddy, sexual slavery and all those different things, man. Society don't really look at a pimp in a bright light. But sometimes, in the black community, certain segments of the black community in the streets, it's not too bad. But just as a whole, what do you feel inside though, man? Do you feel like you did what you did because you was a product of the society and of that?
that's why my name is product, because I'm a product of the society. I came from the streets. My grandmother was a prostitute. You feel me? My uncles was pimps. You feel me? I had friends that was pimps. I used to sit on the wall over on Blackstone, you know what I'm saying, with all the pimps back in the day when they come through, you know what I'm saying? Blackstone was a major, you know what I'm saying?
Blackstone and what the lady was here the other day named Lakeisha White, and she said she's on Blackstone and Griffin.
Yeah, so yeah, right there on those areas right there. If you on Blackstone, Griffith, Blackstone, and you know what I'm saying, Dakota, all through Blackstone right there. If you know it, it was back in the day. If you was an international pimp, you know what I'm saying, a
What's
real
international pimp?
international pimp meaning that you didn't win a little bit everywhere, all over the world.
I seen the other day. I was looking at I think it was called No Jumper,
Yeah,
Shark Tank, and I seen Mr. Virgil Felton. He's retired. He don't do it. He's not
yeah.
advocating that no more. But what he said, I seen one show and one guy asked him, "Well, what's the difference between a pimp and a Mac? Was you a pimp or a Mac?"
Oh, I was a solid pimp. You know what I'm saying? It was a Mac is somebody that's going, he ain't no real pimping, but he gonna take a female or a woman and
Somebody talk back to us
he
out
gonna
there.
he
You on
gonna
the
come
Doug Best Show?
he
Make
gonna
a comment.
he got
If
some
we-
game. You feel me? He not lame, but he just he really ain't gonna really go to the extremes or really do what a pimp do. And a pimp is that means he's able to have 2, 3, 4, 5 females all at one time.
Yeah,
in
but
this-
but how Virgil explained it. I'm not disputing what you said.
Yes, sir.
I'm just talking. We just having a conversation.
For sure.
How Virgil explained it is like a pimp was like that's the first level, but once you became a Mac, you more of a seasoned entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Would you agree with that?
Well, Virgil was he one of the game gods. You feel me? So it ain't that I'm taking from that, but I always seen a Mac as somebody that didn't want to participate. But as he said it like that, yeah, that is really what
Yeah,
it
yeah.
is.
He was just saying that that
He
a Mac would be.
graduated from pimping. You know what I'm saying? He
I
graduated
don't know.
from
I don't
it.
know if he said that he graduated from pimping, but I think what he said is, a Mac, you done diversified your game a little more. Now
So-
he wasn't taking nothing away from being a pimp or nothing like that.
Well, I
but
would say then I am a Mac then, because
you was a Mac, or you still Macking?
no, not no more. You feel me?
Okay.
It's a retired game for me. Like I really don't even. I took my pimping game and I just applied it somewhere else. They told me when I was locked up that I was, that you somebody special and that you shouldn't even have to worry about it if you believe in yourself. That you can change the narrative of what you do. You just gotta apply your mindset and your skills to something different.
I agree with that wholeheartedly. And so, in essence, it's saying that our yesterdays made us who we are today, and we could get stuck and caught up and using our yesterdays as a crutch, or we could use it for a stepping stone to something greater. And I think that's what you're doing.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, so we touched that pimping. We touched the pimping, and so now we evolving. So you went to prison for pimping, you came home, and then you had an experience, an epiphany is what they call it, with your daughter while you was in prison. Then you came home. So now, what are you doing?
So now,
This is the evolution, the progression.
when I came home, my mind state was to do something different, and so I didn't, like I said, I didn't know what I was gonna do exactly or how I was gonna get it done. I always been an artist. I've been doing.
Somebody chime in. You on the Doug Best Show
I've been
with
doing music for over
ex-pimp,
20 years.
19 product.
I've been doing music for over 20 years. You feel me? I was signed to a record label, released from the record label. I just knew the ins and outs of music. So what I did when I came home, I said, I made a couple songs, and
Were they
it's
successful?
the songs don't mean that you're gonna really be successful. You got some good songs. It's hard to get play if you Fresno really don't put a lot of our music on the radio, and we don't like if you know about Distro Kid, ASCAP, BMI, all those type of things. It's you get percentage of a song, and say if I'm getting plays, maybe I get 1,000 plays. Out of that 1,000 plays, I probably get a half of a nickel.
Wait.
I like that's
Let me make sure that they see my eyes on that camera. A half of a nickel. Ain't no such thing as a half of. Oh my God!
so.
Explain to us, especially the grandpas like me. I can understand that.
So everything is built on percentage. You know what I'm saying? When you go to things like DistroKid and Spotify and stuff, and YouTube, it shows you how much of your percentage that you're getting
Right.
from the plays and the songs that's being streamed. The best thing you can do is try to get your music bought by your artist, or I mean by your fan base. If you can spend that 129 or that 199 to buy an artist song, that's what's really going to help them. But if you're not doing that, which I ask almost every artist now, like if I come across an artist or, a promoter or manager, I say, how many songs have you bought? You know what I'm saying? And I ask you the same thing. Everybody going to say, no, I ain't bought a song today. And that says that.
Everybody want to do something for free. I'm on YouTube, man, listen for Teddy Pendergrass free myself.
At the end of the day, that when we're sitting there streaming the music, all you're getting is a percentage. So it'll be 0.0002. You know what I'm saying? Or 0.0005. So that means that you're only getting half a nickel, 2 cents, almost 3 cents. So
you got to do a whole lot.
You're going to have to do a whole lot as an artist. So that's why all these guys, I feel like, are going so far to try to get those clicks and get those understandings to where people are more influenced by them. But what I realize is that music is being bought. We're just not giving it to the right consumers. And as an artist, I wanted to try to change that and show my people in Fresno that you can be an artist out here. But
Right.
we have to stick together.
I agree with that. Yeah, so I'm looking over here, and I see So Fresh De Niro. I see Eric. I don't see that many people chiming in. And so, yeah, 1-9 product,
Yes,
Mr.
sir.
Philip Lowe. So what you want to tell the people out there? You on the Doug Best Show, man. This is an opportunity. So even though we here in Fresno, I could guarantee you on my life that people watching this thing all over the world, a lot of times the people are reluctant to say something, but you hear you telling your truths and you feel better about it. At first, you was a little nervous. I could see. I said, man, get you something to drink, man. I don't drink, but my son
I really
out there.
don't drink. But I had to just calm the nerve a little
You're
bit.
doing good, man. I'm asking the people out there, the few people out there that's listening, are you feeling him? Do you feel the passion? Do you feel what he's saying? Are we doing the right thing? You on the Doug Best Show? Somebody chime in. So Phil, talk to me. How you feeling?
I'm feeling great, actually. You know what I'm saying?
Did you talk about this with your kids, with your wife before you came up here?
Look,
baby, what you think? Should I go do it? No, yeah, huh?
It was nobody else's decision but mine. You
Okay.
feel me? So I took it upon myself.
I'm happy you came, man.
Yeah, look, I was here. Like I said, you are a pillar in my community.
I love you for that, man.
You are, you know what I'm saying? If you don't know, you're a legend in this community.
Oh my God, you're making me feel. I'm grandpa. I went to shave today.
Look, so I'm saying that
Thanks.
to say this. It was guys like you. I can say Moneyball. So I can say a lot of people names that have been out here in Fresno that have changed a lot of things, that have shown our community that we are. You know what I'm saying? We can be bigger than this.
Yeah, then we even though we come from certain positions in life, that don't necessarily determine our whole plight in life. I think it was Saturday or so, and I was somewhere. I was just piddling around. I didn't want to be with my senorita all morning, so I seen Vicky Lowe. You know Vicky?
Yes.
And her husband Anthony Beasley, and he's a rapper.
Yeah.
And he said that he would call me and he'd come down here and be with you. And then we got another guy I do his taxes named Tucker. You know Tucker? I can't think of Tucker's.
I would have to sing.
He's a rapper, and he's on Spotify and he does all that streaming and all that stuff. That's great, man. So you talking about that? We talking about the fact that even though you went through whatever that you went through, you survived it. You went through the criminal justice system. You got off paper. And Vicky told me, yeah, Doug, Phil be turning that encore out every weekend. I said,
Right.
And I didn't want her to know that I'm grandpa. I don't even know what the hell encore is. Oh, my God. Because I ain't going nowhere. I'm going home.
Encore is in the crazy story. Like I said, I didn't come when I left my job.
Is Encore a nightclub?
It's a nightclub, one of the biggest premier nightclubs in Fresno. If you don't know,
shout out to the Encore from the Doug Best Show, baby. We want the owner of Encore to come get on the show there now.
Yes, sir. Shout out to Club Encore. They gave me an opportunity.
What do you do there though?
So I'm one of their hosts. When they have either a big event, like I didn't host for T Grizzly, YG, DB by the Bag.
Tucker was with YG, I think. They did a little song or something together.
So I didn't host for a lot of big name artists. I'm the turn up king out here, man. If you don't know me, you don't know nobody.
What's the turn up king? You got to make it. So what if my senorita listen right now? What is he talking about?
If you pull up the Club Encore, and if you don't know about me, just keep your girl over there.
Wait. I thought you said you went.
So look, I'm not pimping. It's not no pimping involved. But I'm
you're a knockoff artist. That's what my friend Stanley Woods. I'm a knockoff.
So no, I'm gonna give her back to you. But before the end of the night, you can have her. You can go. You can go home with her. I don't want her. But it's not that. It's all good times and fun. Back when we was younger, or back when we was, when we was enjoying good life, we go out to dance, we go out to chill, we go out to have a good time.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I'm promising you. If you come to Club Encore to kick it with me, I'm gonna make sure you have a good time.
So you the host, so that you get the microphone, you get the club fired up. They sell food, alcohol.
So most of the times I got food vendors. Shout out to all my food vendors that came out. I'm on the mic,
We got to give a shout out, man, to Roddy J.
Roddy J,
the Black Godfather.
Black Godfather.
I ain't seen him in. We got to, yeah.
He done been a little bit all over the world lately. He done been to New York, Vegas.
Tired laying up with that little girl and that little pretty. I seen that picture he got.
Yeah, so he been doing his thing, and I shot him. He was at the all white party with E40 and all them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Lil D Reed. Yeah, me and Lil D Reed did a bunch of years together, but I don't go to parties too much at all.
So that's what I wanted. I'm trying to get a night where we can do a 30 and up, and a grown folks night where everybody can come out. I got VIP booths. Normally I give them away for free because I know everybody is not, always financially on, and a lot of people ain't even experienced the VIP booth in Fresno.
Mm-hmm.
So I gave the VIP booths. If you're celebrating a birthday or you were celebrating something, I'll give you a free VIP. Or if you had 10 of your friends with you or more, I would give you a VIP booth. And that was to make you, able to experience what VIP is, to know that when you go out, you should be treated that way.
So what is VIP? You on the Doug Best Show. We talking to 19 product.
You got to be a very important person, So no, VIP is the booths where, you go get bottle service and stuff like that. And you got your own section where you're not with all the people on the dance floor. You got somewhere to sit down. You got somewhere to be. So I gave those out, to make sure that if you was an artist, if you was celebrating a birthday or you had 10 or more friends, I made sure that you got a VIP booth so you can be able to come celebrate without having all those expenses. If you come out to a normal club, if you was to go to Vegas or if you was to go to another club in Fresno, you're usually going to have to buy the VIP booth. Mm-hmm. That's going to charge you probably about anywhere from $200 to $300, $400, $500. Mm-hmm. And then if you're going to have to buy the bottle service too. Mm-hmm. So that's another, $400 or $500. Mm-hmm. So you're out of a good, amount of money to come kick it. Not saying that, but everybody don't have it like that. Yeah. So my thing was to try to show our city that this is a thing that you should be able to do. Right. I want all the artists, all the models, all the, public figures that want to come out and have a good time and show the city a good time to be able to do it the proper way. You know, you go to LA, you go to Vegas, they got these VIP booths, and a lot of us can't afford them.
Yeah, I feel and you know what the beauty of it is here too, that I'm sitting here talking to you. When you and my son was in here talking, I see both of y'all get real passionate and animated. But as I sit here, man, you got good sense. And I think a lot of times the perception is when we products of the streets and, we be like menaces. I was one too then, but life, something about Father Time and make you grow. And then you realize we only going to be here for so long.
That's it.
And then, I'm thinking about Encore, Keith Pearson.
Yes.
You know Keith?
I know Keith.
Your turn, baby.
Turn.
Your turn.
So
I see him all the time, man. You hook up with Keith?
Yeah, Keith
I
came
love
over.
Keith and Michelle, man.
Keith then came over a lot of times. He supports me through a
Your
lot of
turn.
stuff.
Is somebody out there? Somebody
you. Shout
tell
out to
Keith.
Your turn.
Talk to me, Keith. Somebody say something. You on the Doug Best Show. Chime in. I can't see nobody saying
Keith,
nothing. So
Keith,
fresh to narrow.
Keith and AT, when I first was like...
Who was AT?
AT, rest in peace. He was a promoter, you know what I'm saying? He was a pillar out here too. He did a lot of stuff for the people in the music industry out here.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, those were the first people that put me on a major stage. They put me on the stage with Plies. They put me on the stage with YG when he came to, I want to say Merced or Modesto.
Mm-hmm.
They put me on the stage with them. You know, they showed me what it was to be a promoter and stuff like that.
What did you do when you got on the stage? Was you a rapper?
Yeah, I was rapping.
Man, you gonna rap something, man?
What you want me to rap?
I don't know.
I want to rap no, you know what I'm saying?
No profanity, baby, because my senorita's looking. Why is he cussing?
So
do something for the people.
I'm gonna give you something.
Do we need some music?
No.
I need my phone.
We could, but I'm gonna give y'all some uplifting. Okay.
This is 19 product on the Doug Best Show.
Okay.
Rapper, ex-pimp, entrepreneur, businessman, host. Do your thing, man.
So I'm gonna give y'all some real game. I'm gonna rap some real life right now. I say, do it matter if you black, white, Hispanic, or Asian? Truth is, we God's people. Stating color is racist. Judged by people that ain't seen a gut of the face. It. Reality is reality. Your ignorance is basic. A system that's more corrupt than criminals they chasing. Lie, steal, and say that we all one nation. Justice, liberty, equality for all. But what's crazy, the biggest criminals is writing the laws. Appalled by how you shoot a man dead in the street. Get called a hero, paid, placed on leave. Ashamed to admit or maybe blind to the fact that American people was really under attack by the same government that say protect and serve, but rob, steal, extort, deceive, and judge. They ask me why I run, because I'm in fear for my life. They want to hang me on a cross and crucify me like Christ. Just some real game, you know what I'm saying?
That's 19 product right here on the Doug Best Show.
Yes,
sir.
Sir.
Last night I seen a youngster outside, the little Mexican guy. He says he called himself Fade 300.
I know Fave. I don't know him personally, but he...
Oh, my God, where you at? I hope he out there listening, man. I gave him a card. He came there and let him see Fade 300.
Fade 300 really doing it.
I think his brother died. I seen. I wouldn't listen to his stuff.
His brother. That's his testimony. He really talk about his brother. He talk about these streets. He a product of these streets, too. So, Faye really out here making some good noise, making some real noise. He done been up on No Jumper and all that. So
yeah, he told me about that.
Yeah, so he really pushing this Fresno line, and that's really what I'm here for. I want to see everybody in Fresno make it. It's not about me. It's not just about me. It's about everybody.
A win-win for everybody. That's what the Doug Best Show is all about. We need guests. We need guests like we got, product right here.
Yeah, we have to stick together. It's a community. And our community is based on us. This is our village. This is our people. The Bay Area got their village. LA got their village. It's up to us to make our village and make it sustainable.
I see that. I agree with that 100%. We went here with Phil Lowe, 19 product from the city of Fresno. And at first, I was making some notes right here. And I said, we just pushed the notes aside. When I'm sitting here with a real one, after a little while, you don't even need the notes.
Right.
We don't even need to have a script. We don't even need to have, you got to have some structure. So you got to have some structure. But we sitting here, man, everything. How you feeling, though, man?
You
feeling
blessed.
way better?
I'm feeling blessed.
Is you feeling better because you're drinking the Wawa? Or you feeling better because you in your flow?
I'm comfortable with my people. I'm comfortable, like I said.
You on the Doug Best Show, somebody chime in, talk to me.
You raised me, you know what I'm saying, from a little certain point in my life to, like I said, you used to take me to karate class.
Oh, my God. You know what, though? I seen him at Club 1 Boo Capone, he did the show here. That was my first show.
Yeah.
Boo Capone. They said, "Come, man." They said, "Come, man. I ain't going nowhere without my senorita." But I ain't taking my senorita around all them wolves.
Right.
I might turn into no, I ain't no wolf.
Nah.
I ain't no wolf. So, but I came. Then you say, "Man, you don't even remember." I was looking. Then you told me about you and JR in the back and at the Pac-Man game. I almost started crying, man.
Look,
Yeah, because that's how long ago it's been, man.
but it's a blessing.
Oh, it's a blessing.
It's a blessing.
We survived. We survived in the streets. And what we doing right here, my story, we talk about rags and riches and the people. That's what we talking about. And we talking about your story, changing the narrative.
That's what
No
we
matter
gotta
what
do.
happened yesterday, it don't define who we are today. And then, so that's why you on the show right now.
Exactly.
We telling our truth, and we hoping our truth appeals to somebody else out there, because somebody else done went through it or going through it right now,
I
and
hope
we trying to
can
help you
get
not.
somebody through these times.
Oh my God,
I'm
preach,
hoping
man.
that when we, if you in jail or if you just feeling bad about the day, you feel me? You feel like I don't want today to go. You know what I'm saying? I'm done. Tomorrow will come.
It'll come.
And it will be a better day. And if it's not a better day, you put a good foot forward and you make sure that you get somewhere in life. Everything ain't gonna be curtains and candy. Everything ain't gonna be great for us, but those hard times make it better when we have the good times. Because I remember when I was sitting in that cell, I used to sit in my cell, and one thing I'm gonna say is I believe in God. You feel me? I believe in
I
God.
believe in God. I don't know what everybody else believe in.
So I used to sit in my cell, and this is an honest story. You feel me? This is my testimony about this. I used to sit in my cell, and I believe I was in Corcoran, and I'm staring out my window, and it's nothing there. Just it's desolate, nothing. There's a street way in the
It's
beyond.
1-9 product, Phil Lowe,
So
telling his truth on the Doug Best Show.
I told myself, I said, God, and they say you're not supposed to test God, but I feel like God was there to guide me through this situation.
Always.
And I'm looking out the window. I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna come home. I don't know if I'm gonna make it back to Fresno. I don't know what's gonna happen.
I had them thoughts before too.
And so I told God, I said, God, just let me know I'm gonna make it back to Fresno. Let me see a car. I'm gonna count to 11. It's my favorite number. I was born in November, so I said, God, let me know I'm gonna make it back to Fresno. And I said, let me see a car.
I see the tears in your eyes, and I can feel the passion. Can you feel it out there, guys? Somebody chime in. Tell me doing the right thing.
So I'm looking, and I get to 11, and here come a car. And I'm like, God, I know you there with me.
Gave you a sign.
So he gave me that sign. And the cold part about it, I believed it, but I'm in prison. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, I'm not free. And I wanna be home. So when I'm sitting there, I'm like, I know God got me. I know he got his hands on me. I know he gonna get me to where I need to go. So right before I came home, before I went to Corcoran, I was in CRC. And I was at school. And while I was at school, they, it's an open dorm setting. So they go raid. They come in with the dogs, you know what I'm saying? And I'm in class. I'm way in school. And somebody threw some weed. The weed was 0.005 dust. So when I come back to the cell, when I come back to the dorm, they say, let me talk to you. The goon squad, let me talk to you. I'm like, what's up? You like, well, we found some weed by your bunk, and we're gonna give you this write-up in a DA referral. I'm like, what? So nothing I can do about it. I'm in prison. You know what I'm saying? So they end up transferring me out. I end up to Corcoran while I'm in
611, you can appeal it.
So I wasn't.
Or was it 602? What is it?
I think it's a 602 or something like that. But so I didn't appeal it or nothing. They sent it off to the DA. They gave me a DA referral, gave me a write-up, but the write-up is pending the DA referral. But during that, I was transferred out. I was transferred from CRC to Corcoran. So when I get to Corcoran, I got about 15 days left. And here they come with this DA referral. The DA referral was denied. It's 0.00. It's dust. So I'm saying all that to say, they come with this write-up. And in order to hold me with the write-up, they give me 150 days. So I'm like, man, like, how am I going to, like, I'm
The
supposed to
devil's
get out?
testing you.
Yeah, I'm supposed to get out in 15. I mean, you know what I'm saying? How you do this? So, long story short, they end up giving me, like, out of that, I end up doing like an extra 15 days. So I come home. But when I come home, you know, within that 2 week period, I had a heart attack.
Wait. So
Don't move to
I'm
it.
no, I'm just trying to calculate in my mind. So Jr. was born
Yes.
February 22nd, 1983. So that means he's 41 years old. So you got to be like right there. You can't have no heart attack because I know I could do 100 push-ups. I might struggle, but I'm a. So you had a real heart attack.
Look, I have one of the biggest stents that you can find
Okay,
inside my heart right now. And like I said, it was, you know, God got a way of waking you up.
Oh yeah, God wakes
He
you up.
will wake you up. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I went to prison the way I went to, because he wanted me to wake up. He knew I had a bigger reason to be here.
Yeah.
And so I had the heart attack, and it was crazy. If I would have did that 150 days, I would have had a heart attack in prison.
Maybe.
And no, it 150. 2 weeks after me getting out of prison, I had a heart attack. So if I would have did the 150 days, that heart attack would have happened in prison. And the response time in prison, the CEO's gonna come.
Okay. Yeah, I got you.
The CEO's gonna come. The nurses gonna come. Then they're gonna take you and put you in an ambulance, and they're gonna take you out.
Maybe it's a long drawn out process.
So you don't know if you're gonna survive that process. And just so happily, God blessed me enough to get out here and go through that situation on my own out here, and that would allow me to get the proper care that I needed. You know, my cardiologist was named Dr. Valles, and Dr. Valles somehow he came to my bed after he did the surgery. I had an angiogram. They went through my wrist, went all the way through my heart, placed a stent in my heart, and then so after the procedure or whatever, I woke up the next day, and the doctor comes sit on my bed. He said, "You blessed. You got one of the biggest stents in your heart that you can find." He said, "God wants you here for a reason. That's all I can tell you. God wants you here for a reason."
Yeah, guys out there, you know, you're on the Doug Best show, and I've got to tell you, I ain't had the slightest clue about nothing like that. So what happens sometimes, you know, when you get on the podcast and then it's therapeutic, you get the old out and get the new in.
Yes.
And so we got guys out there that, you know, and we got people out there that's listening to us on the Doug Best show. And yeah, 19 product, I'm happy you're here, man. I feel good inside. I didn't even know that, man. You revealed the truth. So what happened, you went through all the things that you went through. And you getting here on the show, and then I know, and then you correct me if I'm wrong. You want to tell the people, and I'm telling the people the same thing too. We did whatever we did when, you know, we were a product.
Yes, sir.
Of our environment. There's no excuses. We did what we did because we know we made those choices. But now that we done got old and we done evolved a bit and progressed in our mind, we trying to make a change. I know that's what you're trying to tell the people.
That's what we have
to
do.
I want to just ask you one thing though, man. So what about the women? Can you talk to the women right now? You know, so I don't know nothing about being a pimp, man. I'm in love with my senorita. Somebody, no, it couldn't happen. Something happened to my daughter, my granddaughter. I might not be a nice guy.
I can't tell you what to do with your life.
But
and I can't tell you.
Do you feel any remorse for what you did? And the victims.
When I was participating in the life, we came from the same place. You feel me? We all walked that same walk. You know, they say a hoe's friend is a pimp. I mean, a hoe's best friend is a pimp because they're the only person that can know what you're going through.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so when I was participating in that lifestyle, it was like I came across females that, you know, were either doing bad or new to life, and I only really wanted to see them do good. I've never been a pimp that was, you know what I'm saying?
I know this going to be like real delicate right here, and because you walking on the tightrope, and I'm going to try to help you walk it because I got to tell you the truth. In the eyes of the people, I love, my best friend was a pimp, Stanley Woods. He's dead and gone. But But I got to be honest with you, man. In the eyes of the people, they view pimps horribly.
Yeah,
I ain't, I ain't talking
but
about nobody. So right now, I'm just asking
I'm
you,
not here
do you got
to
any remorse for that? And then,
for sure. That's why I haven't participated. That's why I'm saying. That's why
right.
I changed my ways because, like I said, the biggest remorse is knowing that it could have been my daughter. You know what I'm saying? The biggest remorse is
What would happen if that happened to your daughter?
like
Could you handle it?
and when that's you have to because you don't get to make the
I
decisions.
don't think I can handle it that
I'm
good.
not
if
gonna
something
go beat up.
happen.
I'm not gonna go beat up my daughter and go. You know what I'm saying? Kill my daughter over. You know what I'm saying? Her decisions. Like I said, my grandmother was a hoe. You know what I'm saying? My cousin, she's a hoe. You know, but I'm
Was
not
or
glorifying
is?
that life. No, my cousin is a hoe. But I'm not
No,
glorifying
don't
that
say her
life.
name or nothing, because
No,
I don't
no.
want
That's
nobody.
why I'm not gonna
No.
put nobody's name out there. But it's not to glorify the life
I want
or
somebody to
say
chime in. You
it
on the
is
Doug Best
it
shows.
is what it
Comment.
is. Pimping is always gonna be pimping, hoeing is always gonna be hoeing. It ain't gonna go nowhere. I'm not here to glorify the life and say that it's the right thing to do. People participated in and out. I'm not here to sit there and say a porn star is a bad person, and I'm not here to sit there and say a porn star husband is a pimp. I'm not here to do that. What I'm here to do is say that if you're a young lady and you participate in that life, it's a lot more things you can do other than be a prostitute.
More positive things
Yeah, you can be a
with
model.
greater
You
longevity.
can, you can be a model. You can be, you know what I'm saying? You can be a content creator. There's things that you can do that you don't have to participate in that lifestyle to where it's going to drag you into, the realm of making you feel like you are worthless or you ain't a
Right.
part of society or you the scum of society. I don't want you to feel like that. I want you to know, like I said, I took pimping and I applied it to something else.
Yeah.
I didn't
You took the principles.
the
of
principles and the understanding of being an
entrepreneurship.
entrepreneur and applied it to my new way of moving. And I said, you know what? I'm not gonna pimp on a female. I'm gonna pimp on a game. So that's what I want you to do. If you out here hoeing and you out here thinking that that's the best way to go, you ain't gotta be a hoe. You can hoe on the game. Like you can utilize the game that you got from hoeing and apply it somewhere else. Just imagine if you had that much ambition about being a real estate broker. If you had that much ambition about being a contractor to go get funding for boys and girls clubs or stuff like you can get paid for these same things,
I got you. So
but
just
you're not utilizing your mind in a way to where it's going to be beneficial. We don't want to wait. And that's really what it come to. I think when it come to pimping and hoeing, we don't really want to wait for that money to come in that fast. We wanted everything to be spot on right there. You know what I'm saying? And what you got to do is you got to believe in yourself. You got to believe in the process. There's females that I, work with, she might be an exotic dancer. I'm not here to say you can't, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that you are not hoeing, but being a dancer. There's
Right.
nothing wrong with being a dancer. There's nothing wrong with being a model. There's nothing wrong with being a content creator. But to go walk up and down the street to sell your body is not, you know what I'm saying? It shouldn't be an option. You selling mind, body, and soul to come home with crumbs.
right.
And that's not, always the best mind state to go through. You feel me? It mentally, I'm pretty sure a prostitute goes through a lot. Just like we don't think that a pimp goes through a lot mentally. But mentally, if you really love or
What do
you
a pimp go through? All you know is getting
Because,
free money
no,
for just telling the
because
girl
you
how
think it's
pretty.
just free money. But a lot of these, if you really a part of this game and you ain't on no gorilla, I'm finna beat you up to get some money type stuff, you are really trying to take care of a female. I was never there to just strip. If you gave me some money, I was gonna make sure you had clothes. I was gonna make sure you had a place to live. I was gonna make sure you had a car. I was gonna make sure you had everything you needed. I wasn't gonna sit there. It was never that, because if you're doing great, I was gonna be doing great. There was never a reason for me to sit there and see you do bad. I never
Right.
wanted to see you do bad. Like that was never my mind state. My mind state was that if as long as you good, I should be good. You know, I didn't want you to hurt or go through some. But when you think about the life, you realize that we both are hurting. We
Right.
both are going through shit, and mentally, you know, emotionally. You know, if you really say, if you got a female really getting down for you and she really believe in you and you see she really believe in you, you got some type of love for her. You feel me? Most pimps are I'm not gonna say most pimps. Some pimps go through this game and they end up retiring with whoever they bottom was. So you had to watch this woman go in and out of cars or in and out of rooms. You know what I'm saying? And if you ain't got no feeling for that, then you kind of crazy. You know what I'm saying? Because this is who you supposed to retire with. You know, and what we could be doing instead of sitting there watching her go through that lifestyle is changing the narrative to what it is and saying, look, but at that time I didn't know how to do it. You know what I'm saying? I
So
just
prison helped you.
prison helped me because I knew it wasn't an option anymore.
Right. Yeah. So I'm just making sure that we're not regressing.
No.
What we were doing, we was just broadening the story. Yeah. So Phil, I'm just when we get into a close. So then you just correct me if I'm wrong. So it sounds like your name product is saying that I'm a product of my environment.
Yes, sir. That's
And
exactly
then
what it means.
Your middle name, this AKA, changed the narrative. He's saying that I was a product of my environment. I went to prison. And God, when you seen that car pass by, and then you had the heart transplant, you had the stent put in your heart. We changed the narrative that the principles that we use in the streets, they're applicable to other gifts and other talents that God then blesses us with.
Yes.
And you telling the young guys out there and the young ladies that's out there that's doing whatever you're doing, I'm not hating on nobody's hustle, but think about it, think twice about it, because it's all about having some longevity and some quality in life. And so you saying that's the reason why you came on the Doug Best Show, to get some clarity to the other people that might seen you and seen what you did before, and you ain't boasting about it. You just trying to just put some clarity to it and say, let's ride, baby, let's move forward.
I want them to know who I am. I want them to know, you know what I'm saying, that I've been through everything. That I still talk about pimping. You feel me? Don't get me wrong, but I'm not here to glorify it in a way to make you feel like that's what you have to participate in. I don't want to make you feel like you got to go out here and hoe. You know, I want you to understand that, you know, this game and this understanding of life is for us to be there for each other when we are down. When we down, if I see you out here hoeing and I know you can be a model, I'm going to make you a model. If I see you out here pimping and I know you got some real game, I want to show you how to do some real estate, or I want to show you how to do some, you know, construction. I want to show you. It's things that we got to teach these young men. First off, you know, these young, you know, minorities, or, you know, to show them that you got skill sets.
Y'all chime in. We on the Doug Best Show.
You got a skill set, and you
Phil Lowe.
You got to be able to use those skill sets. And my skill set was I was an entertainer. You know, I like to dance, I like to rap, I like to be out there. So what I would do is when you hand me a microphone, I'm at home.
Mm-hmm.
I'm at home. I get on the stage, we finna turn up. We finna have a blast. Mm-hmm. But I can't say that's for everybody. But if you're a female and you like to dance, come over here and let me give you some time on the stage. Let me give you some time to where, you know, I can, you know, record you and build your following to where now you just own the internet and you ain't got a hoe.
Yeah, Phil, tell the people where they could find you at.
So if you can always look me up on anything at Product 19, that's PRODUCT, the number 1 NINE. You know, that's on all platforms. If you want to be on Spotify, YouTube, Facebook, whatever platform you on, you can find me on anything.
And then Encore
Club.
Where's
Encore?
Where's
it's
it
on
at?
Shields and Maroa. Right there, right before you go, you turn and go up under the little underpath right there. Club Encore is on this island by itself. Mm-hmm. I'm there every Wednesday. Every Wednesday night, I have my own night, which is R&B night. Shout out to my boy DJ Banks. Every Wednesday we there. I've been hosting. We started at the next bar. I moved to Encore. Mm-hmm. When I first started hosting, it was probably 6 people in the building. it was 6 people in the building, and then we turned it to 200 people. There's times where we didn't have, maxed out crowds and stuff like that. So I changed it by putting my perspective on what I like to do.
I see this So Fresh Janera, my son JR said, when is the next album dropping, buddy?
Oh, soon. We got the album coming out soon. They just offered me a deal. They wanted me to sign for $50K, but it's more to put into the album, put into the, you know what I'm saying?
Production.
So, yeah, so I want to do, I'd rather do a joint venture, you know what I'm saying? That way I know the money is for me and I can take care of some stuff, but I also want to, I do want to heighten it game. So I'm really debating on this deal right now. I've been sitting on it for about 2 weeks, I think, and I don't know what I'm really going to do. I need the money, but I don't want to burn myself or burn the album.
For the future, huh?
Yeah, so the album gonna be coming out soon, regardless of if I sign or not. It's gonna be called Blood of a Slave, Soul of a King.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just basically highlighting a little bit of everything, from the game to just really like how the bars I was spinning earlier. That highlights the real life of what we go through.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, I really appreciate everybody that's been supporting me, everybody that's been behind me with the music. I really talk my talk when I really get on there. I'm gonna speak the truth from end to end. And that's really what I do. I really want everybody to tune in to the Doug Best Show.
Tune in, baby. Subscribe on YouTube.
And
we growing. Don't worry about it. We gonna grow.
Yes, sir. And I know you're gonna grow because you done built everything that you done did from the ground up.
From scratch.
You know what I'm saying? And that's a hard thing to do, especially in Fresno.
Yes, thank God, I got my senorita right there. Come on. The food is ready.
Look. Without a good backbone,
you
can't stand up.
Yeah, product, man. The pleasure's all mine, man. You ain't got to worry about it, man. You good.
Yes, sir.
And then I hope everybody's out there, man. Everybody's out there. But I know my son and my nephew and my daughter-in-law's out there. VV Diamond, they outside. And if everybody out there in the listening audience, I hope you guys enjoyed it.
Yes, sir.
And then Fade 300, we coming to get you, baby.
Yes,
he
sir.
over there on
Shout out
college.
to Fade 300.
Fade 300, yeah, and Keith Pearson and Roddy J, the Black Godfather. And I want to echo the same thoughts that 19 product Phil Lowe just had. All the people that's been supporting us, all the people that's been supporting my son, with Straight to the Bag,
Straight to the Bag, shout out.
And all the people that been supporting me and keep supporting me. And I got a shout out to my little beautiful cousin, Riri Best. She be trying to walk me through, the technology about, how to get more and more subscribers and followers on the YouTube page and on Facebook. Yeah, but Phil, man, we had a ball here, man. I hope we could do it again. When you do sign that contract and you get big, man, come on back to the Doug Best Show. This thing going to grow and grow and grow. And the only reason it's where it is right now, I don't have that much attention, that much time to spend on it because I'm building them apartments over there. Right. But it was a pleasure. And if everybody out there, I'm gonna upload this thing to YouTube, in a few minutes. But at 4 o'clock in the morning, I'm going to go live because we pouring cement over there on the apartment complex.
So that means subscribe to the Doug Best Show.
Subscribe to the Doug Best Show, and like and follow it. Thanks, guys. It was a pleasure. Okay, Phil. Man, you good, man. Okay.
Blessings.
If everybody out there, y'all like him, Phil gonna drop the album soon, man.
Soon.
Okay. We off the air now. It says end the video. The Doug Best Show, baby.